1440 WROK.
Hoosiers music in the background. Bardolph, Illinois, home of Coach Steve Goers. He won his first game there.
All right.
Coach, before we get into the Hall of Fame going in, the Basketball Coaches Association, I want to ask you one question before we get off of this. At Boylan, your whole career, is there something that you wish would have happened or something that you were glad happened? Just give us one big highlight moment before we go on to the Hall of Fame and all those things going on.
There was a situation that happened. Probably our most talented team was a team that took fourth in '92. Okay, the negative part of that was the fact that we had to suspend Lee Lampley, and he didn't play in the last 6 games of the state tournament. But there was something that people forget about. That it was sort of a tragic situation that was associated with that team. There was a young man that was playing on our sophomore team that was really coming along. He was doing a great job. And I said to our assistant at the time, I'm going to bring D.D. Taylor up tomorrow. And I'm going to have him dressed for varsity and get a touch-out, play a sophomore game, but I'll get him in and get some good minutes. Because I think he had double-double or something the night before. It was looking good, and it was the middle of the year. And what happened was that I get a phone call the next morning. This is Saturday morning, and it's D.D. Taylor. And D.D. says, Coach? And I says, yes. And I says, D.D.? And he says, yeah. He says, Coach, I'm at Rockford Memorial. I says, well, what's wrong? He says, well, Dr. Jarrett wants to cut my fingers off. I said, what? He says, yeah, and I need you here to let me know that's the right thing to do. I want you to think about this. I'm the high school basketball coach. So he doesn't have a mother or father available. I'm not going to go into the personal situation here, but his mother and father were not available. They weren't in town. They weren't there. He didn't live with his mother or father. So I had to go down there, and Dr. Bob Jarrett, who's a good friend of mine, and said, Steve, it's not good. And what happened was he lived with his aunt. His aunt wanted to go take care of the driveway, snow-covered, snow blower, got stuck, put his right hand in there. Boom, it started. And his forefinger and his middle finger badly mangled, so he had cut off above the middle joint, the 2 fingers. I saw they're all mashed. They got to go. There's nothing left. That young guy was going to be a very, very important part of that team 2 years later. He's 6'5", 225 as a senior. Ended up still playing football. Couldn't play. He tried to play basketball, but he had no touch. He couldn't do anything. He didn't have the good hands in him, but he still could tackle and hit people. So he ended up playing football. But that's probably a very key ingredient on a team that had an opportunity really to win the whole thing.
Wow. Sure. Real quick, I know you want to talk about the Hall of Fame, but you retired as the all-time winningest coach. Do you ever tease Coach Pingatore that the only reason he's got the record now is because you quit?
No, I don't. Ping is like 7 years older than me, and I be kind. I respect my elders. There's one thing about Ping is Ping used to have a restaurant over there in Westchester, or someplace out in the western suburbs, and he got stung. Working for private schools is not like working for public schools. You invest your money. I hope you do it wisely. And he had a personal friend that was supposed to be a real good friend. He says, Jesus, I got this great deal going. You'll have a great return on your money. Can you give me some money? So Ping trusted the guy.
Sure.
Gave him $200,000. Never saw the guy again.
Oh, my word. And
so Ping has to coach forever.
Sure.
He can't give up the ship, because of the fact he's trying to recover. But There's a story I can't say on the air.
I love those guys.
Between Ping and me, and if I ever sit down at a computer long enough to finish my book,
You're doing a book, right?
yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's on chapter 1 for the last 20 years.
Yeah. Well, we'll promote that for you, Coach. We'll put it on Amazon, and you can do good. But you're going to put that in the book?
Oh yeah, that'll
Good.
that'll definitely be the book.
Can I let my grandkids read that chapter, or should I skip that chapter?
It depends how old your grandkids are, whether they understand what I was saying. But it's just a cute story.
We got a minute or so. Tell us about the IBCA. You're on the board of directors, and you got big plans in Pontiac, Illinois.
Yes, Chuck Rolinski and Cheryl Hanks, founded the IBCA almost 40 years ago now, and we never had we had the Holiday Inn was in Bloomington was where the Hall of Fame was. We used to have just halls all the plaques up, but then they went under. Mm-hmm. So the last 10 years or so, we're looking for a permanent site that just be the Hall of Fame, and we vacillated between a couple different choices, and finally we got Pontiac, and we have a 30,000 square foot building.
Nice.
That we're pouring stuff into, and it's going to be right off 55, and it's going to open next July, and you ought to put it on your calendar to go down there because there's a tremendous amount of Rockford history that's going to be in there. I talked to Mike Golden, who's an ex-principal at West, and about getting some of the Rockford West memorabilia of their great state championship teams, all the great players that went through there, and other players from other schools naturally, and the coaches, Sadargas and Stanley and all of them. They'll be honored down there, along with the other great legends of the state, because we have such a history of basketball that needs to be told, and it will be told at this Hall of Fame.
Well, we're going to have to go, but thanks so much for being in. We'll put a link on some of our stuff for the IBCA, and we'll promote that a little bit, okay, Coach?
Appreciate it very much, David. It's been a pleasure.
This has been great.
Yes.
This is better than Hoosiers, isn't it?
It is much better. We're going to have to do this again a couple times, probably.
Yeah. So thanks to Coach Steve Goers. The second is winning coach in Illinois. In our hearts, he's the number one winning coach.
That's exactly
We'll see you next week as we start our pigskin preview on the State Line Sports Hour right here on News Talk 1440 WROK.